Great.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
All right, let's talk tariffs.
Peter,
No questions. Let me start. So I want to just lay some stuff out for you, and then we'll take some questions. How's that? That deal?
Great.
Okay. So obviously, you just heard the news. They've stayed the order of the court, and we will go obviously to the appeals court, and if necessary, up the chain from there. Let me give you some context. The broad context for this administration is that President Trump ran, among other things, on stopping Communist China from poisoning Americans with fentanyl. We've lost over 1 million souls to fentanyl over the last years. It's not just the fentanyl itself that kills, it's that the Mexican cartels blend the fentanyl in to all the hard drugs, the methamphetamine, the heroin, the ecstasy, all that. But also, and if you're anybody out there watching this is buying any prescription drugs online, it's creeped into things like Valium and Xanax as well. It's a carnage, and it is an emergency. And President Trump promised to stop that, and the courts have intervened now on that. So that's one piece of what happened yesterday. The second piece is the reciprocal tariffs. President Trump promised on the campaign trail that he would end the unfair trade practices of foreign nations. I think the press has now agreed with this administration that the rest of the world charges higher tariffs and has higher non-tariff barriers and cheats us, and they do so by the very rules of the World Trade Organization. So the court has taken a step which will break that promise as well. And what we see this is as this broader problem of rogue judges erecting essentially a judicial blockade motivated both by Democrats and, in the case of trade, the typical rhino free trade Wall Street, ship the jobs offshore, open the borders, kind of wing. Let me just finish. There's plenty of time here, plenty of time. So the open border wing of the Republican Party, and we see this as a judicial blockade. It's consistent with the other things they've done to try to stop the deportation of violent felons and to basically slow us down on all sorts of different fronts. And they will pay the price for this at the ballot box. Every time something like this happens, the Democrats reveal themselves as against the very agenda President Trump ran on that propelled him to a landslide election. And just from a detail that you should put on your stories, I mean, how did this suit come about? 12 states of this union sued, and every single one of them is a blue state, from the left coast of Oregon and Washington to New York and Connecticut on the elitist coast. And the other parties to the suit were a bunch of importers who buy a bunch of cheap subsidized crap from China that really is illegally traded in the sense that it doesn't abide by the rules of the WTO.